Tonight, what is your username and what's your password? Because you're going to need it. Minnesota Governor Tim Pawlenty is getting ready to host a town hall, not down the street, but where else? But of course on Facebook. And he is promising a major announcement. Now this does sound a bit mysterious, so let's ask Governor Pawlenty what is going on. Good evening, Governor, and let's start first with a town hall meeting on Facebook. Have you ever done that before?
No, we've not done it, Greta, but of course technology is empowering people to communicate and connect in different ways, and we want to make sure we have that town hall spirit, that raucous spirit, but we're going to do it through new media, so I think it's going to be a fun time.
What's the announcement, or don't we get it, and do I have to sort of ask questions, sort of sneaky questions through the side door, the back door, trying to lure it out of you?
Well, the announcement's been a little overstated. We're going to announce that we're going to support certain members for Congress running for Senate and Congress, but here's the key thing. We're going to allow our Facebook friends, people who are participating in the town hall in the days to come, to nominate other people they want my PAC to financially and otherwise support. So it's going to be interactive, it's going to be grassroots, and we hope a lot of people participate. Rather than a few people in a conference room deciding who to support for our PAC, we're going to let people weigh in and decide and help us decide.
You know, it is quite extraordinary, isn't it, how Facebook is now being used and Twitter among politicians in terms of either to send out messages or even to have a town hall meeting?
Well, I think it's fantastic. It brings the convenience to the communication to the customer, to the consumer. People can participate from their living room, from the beach, from their study, from a library, and rather than having to get in the car and go through the inconvenience of doing it the old-fashioned way, which is good too, just opens up the doors, a whole new way to communicate. And our PAC, the Freedom First PAC, is proud to sponsor this. And if people are interested, they go to timpawlenty.com and just hit the Facebook icon, and they'll be in.
All right, so do people just get to spontaneously ask questions, or are you somehow screening them? I mean, how do you protect against some rather, for lack of a better word, interesting questions that may be perhaps off-color?
Well, all are welcome. We want this to be open and transparent, and so we want this to be any chance for anybody to come in and ask their question. And we're not going to be able to answer all the questions. The whole thing only lasts a half hour. I'm going to make a few minutes of opening comments, but beyond that, it's open season. So we hope it'll be interesting and capture some of that town hall spirit from this past summer.
All right, so you're going to roll the dice on the questions then, not screening them?
No, I don't think we're going to screen them. I think we'll randomly pick them, and I'm happy to answer any of the questions. They got to be appropriate, because we don't want to get into profane areas. But as long as they're not profane, we'll take any and all comers.
All right. On another topic, your Attorney General. Do you know whether your Attorney General has decided to file a lawsuit, join the other Attorneys General who have filed lawsuit in Florida challenging the constitutionality of the health care bill?
Greta, I hope she joins that lawsuit. I think that this overreach by the federal government is unconstitutional. I haven't heard from her yet. I don't know when she'll decide. She's the only one who can make that decision on behalf of my state.
What's taking her? I mean, has she responded saying, look, Governor, I'll get back to you. I'm doing a little research here. I mean, is there any response at all?
No, other than she's looking at it. I mean, to her credit, she's on the other side of the aisle, so it puts her probably in a more awkward spot than it would be a conservative or somebody on our side of the perspective. But on the other hand, she's taken her time. She didn't say no out of the gate, so I hope and trust that she's given it a fair shake, and I believe that she is. How
much are you lobbying her to do this?
Well, it's a pretty high-profile issue nationally and here in Minnesota, so I don't think she feels that this is going to go under the radar screen or without scrutiny. But we would very much like her to do it. We've made that clear to her, and now it falls in her court. And for her, I'm sure it's a legal decision. But if it's a gray area, I think she should join, because this is an untested area. The Congressional Budget Office some years ago, nonpartisan organization, said this is one of the most dramatic, unprecedented overreaches in the history of the federal government. So it's something that I think is worth looking at.
Is it a political decision or a legal decision, do you think, for her?
Well, she's the chief legal officer of the state of Minnesota, and I think she should look at it from a legal standpoint, notwithstanding the politics. And I hope and trust that she'll approach it with that perspective in mind. And I know her somewhat, and I think she'll make a call on the legal grounds and try to keep the politics out of it. I hope that's the case.
All right, the Tea Party Express bus has been rolling down the highway, started in Nevada last weekend, headed for Washington, D.C., April 15th, attracting some attention in various cities. What is your view of the Tea Party movement?
I think it's a great addition to the conservative coalition and the coalition for change in this country. They are part of the energy, the passion, the call for change that is now lapping up on the doorstep of the United States Congress, and they need it. And I think that's a great energy. And each generation, each big change, historical change in this country, usually starts with a group that's somewhat fresh, somewhat new. It starts out with a little bit of, outsider status, but then over time they become the driving force for change. And I think the Tea Party is a welcome, helpful, energetic, forward-leaning organization. So I welcome it.
All right, we only have 5 seconds left. Tell me again, what time is this town hall meeting on Facebook tomorrow?
It's 6:15 Central on Wednesday. TimPawlenty.com. We'd love to have people log in and be part of it. I think it'll be a lot of fun and interesting, and we'll get it all done in a half hour, so it won't even take a lot of time.
Governor, thank you, sir.
All right, Greta, thank you.